a new Chief Justice by the end of the year. Mogoeng's term comes to an end in 1 week after leading the courts for 12 years. While the Chief Justice is appointed by the President, Cyril Ramaphosa has for the first time opened the nomination process to the public. Nominations closed on Friday, and Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo is said to be one of the front-runners. But some nominations are raising eyebrows. Let's hear from the Judges Matter group. We're speaking now to we're going to speak now to Mbekezeli Benjamin. Thank you so much, Mr. Benjamin, for joining us. Mbekezeli, let's start with the Public Protector, Busisiwe Mkhwebane, and Judge John Hlophe. Both have clouds hovering above their heads. What were the nomination tests, if you like, before submission?
Good morning, Annika, and good morning to the viewers. We, as Judges Matter, are excited by this public process of nomination for the next Chief Justice. As you said, there were some surprising nominations that came through, including Public Protector Busi Mkhwebane and Judge John Hlophe. So we think the focus of the selection process should be on the criteria that the selection panel will use, and we've put forward 5 key qualities that must be looked out for, and neither Judge John Hlophe or Advocate Mkhwebane meet those criteria, which include experience as a leader in the judiciary, ability to write judgments, integrity, and being able to be an effective and efficient administrator. Both of them are disqualified on that basis, and we think they shouldn't even have been put forward as nominees.
Mbekezeli, is there an onus on the Judicial Service Commission to interview them, considering they have been nominated?
No, they not necessarily, because what follows after this stage is that there will be a selection panel, which is chaired by Judge Navi Pillay, and that selection panel will draw up a short list of between 3 to 5 names, and those names will be the ones that are submitted to the JSC for interviews. So the likelihood is that, considering that there are much stronger candidates, including Judge Zondo, Judge Maya, and Judge Mlambo, we think that it's highly unlikely that either Judge Hlophe or Advocate Mkhwebane will make the cut.
Let's just look at some of the front runners, and that is the Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo, and of course the head of the SCA, Justice Maya. Would you say that they're the top 2 candidates?
Well, I think from what we hear, there is about 3 leading candidates, including Judge Maya, Judge Zondo, and Judge Mlambo. I think the likelihood is that those will make up the shortlist. And it's no surprise. All of those 3 judges have been judges for a number of years, well over 20 years, and all of them have experience in leading a court, and they are in touch with issues in the judiciary. Maybe one disqualifying point about Judge Zondo is the administration of the State Capture Commission, which hasn't been great, and perhaps that might be a drawback for him. But he is eminently qualified to be on that shortlist.
All right. I mean, Maya, Mlambo, and Zondo, all males. Is it not about time that we had a female Chief Justice, and are there any potential nominees there that you think would have a chance? I don't know about Siska Mpepe. I don't know if she's if she fits the requirements in terms of her term ending.
Yeah, well, Judge Mpepe retires in about 2 weeks' time, and so she's disqualified. But there is a woman candidate on the list, and that is Judge Mandisa Maya. She is in the top 3 leading judges in the judiciary. She is exceptionally qualified in terms of her track record, but she also happens to be a woman. And so that's one candidate that has been put forward as being the leading candidate in terms of gender representation.
Last question. I'm just looking at the list. There are 2 vacancies here, and the interviews start today. We're looking at Advocate A.C. Dodson starting off, Catherine Setlane and Jody Collopin. We know, and you can see that the interviews are taking place. I take it that that's Advocate Dodson, SC, who's being interviewed now. Jody Collopin, he's got quite a long record of human rights. What do you think of his possibility of at least becoming one of the justices?
So Judge Collopin has a long track record in human rights, as you say. He was a former chairperson of the Human Rights Commission, and he's in his time on the bench, he's written some groundbreaking judgments. So he is likely to make the list. In April, he was interviewed, and his name was one of the 5 that were sent to the president. And of course, because of the court order, the JSC now has to re-interview him. But we expect that he will be in that list of 5 that will be sent and to fill those 2 vacancies.
Mbekezeli Benjamin of Judges Matter, thank you so much for unpacking that for us, and we'll keep you updated with those interviews. Very, very interesting if you ever get the chance to follow them online. They are streaming. Time for a short break. Stay with us.